Watch a lion eat, and something immediately seems wrong. It doesn't chew. Not really. It tears, gulps, and swallows enormous chunks of meat whole, sometimes pieces larger than your fist disappearing down its throat in one motion. A crocodile doesn't chew at all. It bites, twists, and swallows entire limbs without pausing. A snake unhinges its jaw and consumes animals larger than its own head, intact, over the course of an hour. To a human, this looks like chaos, like an animal that simply hasn't learned to eat properly. But the truth is the opposite. Every one of these animals is eating with extraordinary precision, using a system built over millions of years of evolution that is perfectly matched to what they are, what they eat, and the environment they live in. The first thing to understand is what chewing actually is and why humans do so much of it. Your teeth are designed for a varied omnivore diet that includes plants. Plants are structurally complex. Cell walls made of cellulose require mechanical breakdown before digestion can even begin. Chewing doesn't just make food smaller. It ruptures plant cells, releases nutrients, mixes food with saliva containing enzymes that begin breaking down carbohydrates before the food even reaches the stomach. For a diet built significantly around plants, chewing is essential pre-processing that dramatically improves how much nutrition you actually extract. Meat is different. Muscle tissue doesn't have cell walls the way plant cells do. It is already largely digestible without mechanical breakdown. The proteins and fats in meat can be accessed by stomach acid and digestive enzymes without needing to be ground down first. A predator's digestive system is built specifically to handle large pieces of raw muscle tissue, and it does so efficiently even without chewing. This is why predators evolve the tools they have and abandon the ones they don't need. Carnivore teeth are not designed for grinding. Look at a cat's teeth compared to a cow's. The cat has long canines for gripping and killing, and carnassial teeth, blade-like molars designed to shear flesh rather than grind it. There is no flat grinding surface because there is nothing to grind. The food doesn't need it. What predators do need is speed. This is where the swallowing whole strategy reveals its real logic. A predator eating in the wild is almost never eating in safety. It has killed something, and the moment it did, every scavenger within range began moving toward the smell. Hyenas, vultures, jackals, rival predators. The longer a lion spends carefully chewing at a carcass, the more time competitors have to arrive and take what it worked for. Speed of consumption is a survival advantage. An animal that can gulp down enormous quantities of food quickly, store it internally where it cannot be stolen, and then retreat to safety has a massive edge over one that lingers at a kill site, breaking food into smaller pieces. This is also why so many predators have evolved highly elastic stomachs. A lion can consume up to a quarter of its own body weight in a single meal. It gorges precisely because meals are unpredictable. A lion might kill once every few days, or go much longer without a successful hunt. When food is available, the evolutionary pressure is to consume as much of it as possible, as quickly as possible, not to eat slowly and lose half the carcass to competitors. Snakes take this to an extreme that seems almost impossible until you understand the pressures behind it. A python that catches a deer doesn't get another meal for weeks or potentially months. It has no way to store food externally. It cannot carry excess prey. The entire caloric investment of that meal has to be taken internally in one sitting, or it is lost entirely. So pythons evolved the ability to consume prey that is often wider than their own body, using highly flexible skull bones, stretchy ligaments connecting the two halves of the jaw, and a digestive system capable of shutting down most of the time to conserve energy, then ramping up to full power when a large meal arrives. After consuming a very large prey item, a python's digestive organs actually grow in size to handle the load. The intestines thicken, the pancreas enlarges, the heart increases in mass, and when digestion is complete, those organs shrink back down. This is an extreme version of the same logic that drives lions to swallow large chunks. When meals are infrequent and unpredictable, you take everything available when it appears. There is also a bacterial argument. Raw meat begins decomposing within hours, especially in hot climates. The longer a predator handles meat externally, moving it around, chewing it extensively, the more surface area it exposes to bacteria in the air and on its teeth. Swallowing quickly reduces exposure time. The highly acidic stomach environment of most predators is far better at killing pathogens than the open air around a carcass. Crocodiles illustrate a different variation of the same solution. They cannot chew at all. Their teeth are designed purely for gripping and holding, not shearing or grinding. But their digestive system is extraordinarily powerful. Crocodile stomach acid is among the most corrosive in the animal kingdom, capable of dissolving bone, horns, and hooves that would pass through almost any other animal undigested. What they lack in mechanical processing, they compensate for with chemical processing of almost unmatched intensity. So when you watch a lion tear off a chunk of wildebeest and swallow it whole without hesitation, you're not watching an animal that doesn't know how to eat. You're watching an animal that has had millions of years to figure out the most efficient way to survive as a predator in a competitive, unpredictable environment. The strategy is simple. Kill fast. Eat fast. Eat as much as possible, store it internally, and move on. Chewing slowly is a luxury for animals that eat food that requires it, in environments where no one is coming to take it away. Predators don't have that luxury. They never did. And their bodies evolved accordingly, right down to the last tooth that was never designed to grind anything at all.